Hello guys, this is Oba FX Trading Academy. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. As we look forward to the opening of another currency pair trading week, like to continue with our top-down analysis series. As you all know, this channel is dedicated to analyzing different financial assets, whether crypto, currency pair, and derivative synthetic indices. So today I'm going to be looking at GBPNZD, which is a Forex currency. And without wasting much time, let's get to it. For those that have been following me, you understand that I like starting my analysis from the higher time frame and working my way down to the much more lower time frame where we can look for possible entries using top-down. This my top-down analysis. I use a pure price action trading strategy. So currently on the monthly time frame, and what we try to do is to get a general overview of what the market has been doing and possible directional bias of what the market is doing. So from our chart here, we can see that NZD made lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and this lower high has just been taken out. So what do I mean? It means that now the market has taken out this lower high and the market has embarked in what an uptrend. So if I'm to zoom this in, we can also see that just most recently, since the beginning of the month, we have this big bullish candle, which indicates the presence of buyers in this market. So the question is, where do we think the market is heading to? This was the last resistance on support zone, and the market we say is currently heading to this particular zone because we could see that the price was rejected from this zone in the past. And if we come this way, we can see that price have been rejected also from this zone several in the past. So basically, our directional bias is that the market is in an uptrend, it's going upward. So to get more information concerning this directional bias, we could go to the weekly time frame. Now, on the weekly time frame, we can see that the structure of the market becomes much more clearer. How do I mean? Now, the closed sort of candlesticks that were close together on the monthly time frame are now expanded on the weekly time frame. So we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. The market made a higher low and went into a range. And from the big bullish candle we saw from the monthly time frame, you can see that for the past 3 weeks, 1, 2, 3, the bulls have been pushing the price away from the range it went into. So as a result of this range, I can come here now to include another zone here. Okay. So to map out this range. Now, why are we marking this range? Because each candlestick on this time frame, let's not forget, represents 1 week. So for several weeks, price got into the zone and was rejected. So that makes it a strong support zone. Now, for those that have been following me for a while now, you understand that I use 3 basic tools mainly for my analysis: trend line, support and resistance, as well as a Fibonacci retracement tool. So I can use this opportunity to include like what trend line here. Okay, so I have my trend line, I have a strong support zone. The next thing I could do would be to go to the next lower time frame, which is the daily time frame. So okay, now on the daily time frame, let's now concentrate on the most recent happening in the market because that's where we can actually get trading opportunities from. Now, let's make an adjustment of this support zone. So like we stated earlier, price got in here severally. Well, another thing we can note here is that price didn't just get in here. Price was also rejected by a resistance. In other words, price this was a resistant part of the range, now becoming much more pronounced. So if I'm to zoom this out, we can see that price was oscillating between this support and resistance zone, and just currently price had succeeded in breaking out of those zones. So the question now is, how do we take advantage of this happening, this most recent happening in the market? How do we get our own share of whatever it is the market is offering? We already established that we believe price is heading towards the zone. Now, from this place to this place, that's a lot of money. So the question now is, how do we get in? Now, if you ask me, I'll say the best way would be for price to wait for the retracement of this price into this zone, and then we can look for our what opportunities. Now, to see if we can add other conferences, or if we can stretch the information that we've gathered already, let's look at the H4 time frame, the 4-hour time frame. Okay, now from the 4-hour time frame, we can see that everything still follows the bias that we've been having. Now, because we're looking for entries, I can now include like an internal trend line here, because now we're looking for the best place to enter a trade in this particular market, GBPNZD. Now, this is a valid trend line because I have one touch here. Price was rejected here, came back to be rejected here. So all I need to do now will be to anticipate a third touch of the trend line. And this will also be a good time to include my Fibonacci retracement tool. So my Fib tool. Now remember, initially we were predicting that price should come into the zone, and then we can take our buy trades. So all I need to do now is to wait for price to come into the zone, and just to further give confidence to this particular confluence or setup that we have, you can see that even the support zone that we have here is almost coinciding totally with the Fibonacci retracement golden zone. For those that do not know that zone, I call it golden zone, which is the zone between the 50% and 61.8% mark. I call it the golden zone because very often, anytime price gets into the zone, price is either supported from going downwards or resisted from going upwards, as the case may be. So now this would be my setup as I wait this week for GBPNZD. So all I now need to do is, depending on when you come across this particular setup, the best time to trade this pair would be in the London session. So probably when price gets into this place and you're lucky enough to come across the video at the time, then you can look for a change of structure, or probably like a bullish reversal chart pattern, like a double bottom, or like an inverse head and shoulder pattern, or bullish candlestick patterns like bullish engulfing candles. Then you can probably go to the much lower time frame, like the 1-hour time frame or 30 minutes time frame, and then you can take your buy trades. So this I wouldn't want to stretch this video much more than this. Is a simple analysis for GBPNZD as we anticipate another trading week. So you can compare this with your own analysis when during the London session, and take your trade and see if it aligns with whatever you have as well, and then you can take your trade. So like I stated earlier, this is a trading academy. If you're starting out your trading journey and you think we can help you one way or the other, by way of courses or training, then you can always reach out to us via the contact details that I have on my YouTube. I will also do account management as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time and you feel that you like the style of analysis, you can click on the like and subscribe button for subsequent videos, because we do this a lot on the channel. So thanks once again, and thanks a lot to those that have been supporting this channel from day one. I do not take you guys for granted. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I wish you all a successful trading week. Cheers.